Hello students, I am Dr. Tanmay Vishwas. I welcome you all in my channel Chemistry, the Mystery of Molecules. I hope you all are fine. So today we are going to discuss an interesting topic, better to say short as well as interesting topic, that is boron enolate. Okay, so we will discuss in our talk today about how boron enolate could be useful for the preparation of 1,3-dicarbonyl compounds, because 1,3-dicarbonyl compounds are very important in synthesis. We will come everything step by step. So first of all, let's give you a brief introduction of about 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. Why this is important? Why should we learn this boron enolate? If you look at this molecule, this 1,3-dicarbonyl looks like this. Okay, so they have 2 proton, and their acidity is significantly enough that they could be deprotonated to prepare this corresponding carbon ion. This and which is a resonance stabilized. Okay, so this is stabilized by resonance. So this is the background, and this can act as a very good nucleophile in reaction like Michael reaction. I have already uploaded a lecture about this reaction. Please visit if you want to learn more. Fine. So this is BF3. So what it is does. So another point, that BF3, if we look at this molecule, this BF3 looks like this. This boron is attached to 3-fluorine, which has a lone pair. Okay, 3 lone pair. And this boron is actually a 6-electron species. Better to say it's an electron deficient. So consequently what happens that these electron could be donated here, 1 point. Another thing, some electron rich molecule, for example ether, let's take diethyl ether, so they can also donate its electron density to this vacant orbital of boron, resulting into the formation of BF3ET2 adapt. So this is the reagent you must remember, OET2. So this is donation of electron to the vacant d orbital of boron. Now question, is this donation is very strong? No, but in order to stabilize this BF3 molecule, this is adequate enough, and this is sold as a reagent, this BF382. Okay, so for example, this is actually an oxygen coordination to boron, that is an ether. So if you put another oxygen molecule, so we can expect that there should be equilibration. Means if you add this, so what we can expect, that this can donate and it can leave. So it's an equilibration reaction. So if we add this ketone to BF3, what we can expect? We can expect that adapt formation, like this is BF3. Okay, so oxygen will have the formal positive charge and boron will have the formal negative charge. Now question why? Now you know carbonyl has a canonical form, that is this minus this plus, and this indicates that oxygen is electron rich. Another additionally it has lone pair. So both condition properly supports that this could form a adapt with BF3. Now question, what is the benefit of this adapt formation? See what actually happened. Actually boron BF3 is shifted from the ether to the carbonyl. Okay, so this is the thing actually we have achieved. Now question is, what is the benefit of this addition? See, first of all, oxygen is electron deficient molecule, fine, electronegative atom. Now you have attached another electron deficient species which is withdrawing the electron density from the central boron atom. Means actually electron flow is in this direction. So consequently this carbon is more electron deficient. Okay, this is the thing. Now if you look at this molecule, if you look at any carbonyl group, this having hydrogen, so what we know, that they can have a tautomerism, that this is the enol, this, so this is the keto and this is the enol. So this is actually a keto-enol tautomerism, but remember that the equilibrium prefers to, sorry, I made wrong. So equilibrium prefers to remain in the keto side because this bond energy of C double bond O is higher compared to this. So overall, actually carbonyl C double bond O is more stable than CC double bond. Okay, so it prefers to remain in keto side. But if we increase the electron deficiency to oxygen, consequently the acidity of this will be enhanced and the probability of ionization will increase, and that is exactly happening in this case. So what is happening? So in this case it can undergo tautomerization. Okay, so what it will result? See, this is right now, this proton will be shifted to here. This is BF3 and this is. So now actually we have obtained this is minus. Okay, so this is plus. We have obtained the enol. So this is the enol. But see one thing, oxygen is electronegative atom attached to electron deficient boron and attached to a proton, and this proton could be eliminated very easily because protons are level. So what it can happen, that this proton will be eliminated, and better to say this is OBF3 minus. Okay, and another thing, since proton eliminated, so overall charge of this entity, previously it was a neutral, so positive, negative, positive, negative. Right now after elimination of proton it became electron negatively charged. Okay, fine. Now this is we need. So if we need AC2 acetic anhydride, then it result 1,3 dicarbonyl compound. Question how? Let's look at this problem. So if we add acetic anhydride, means this is the anhydride. Now you should know another canonical form of acetic anhydride, because this lone pair is delocalized into his, and this became this. So what happened after this? Sorry, this is O, this, so it will be positive charge on this. So what it means, that this oxygen is more nucleophilic. So since both are equivalent, so we will not consider the other part. So it indicates that this oxygen is more nucleophilic, electron rich. Consequently, what it can do? It can attack this boron center. Then what can happen? We can write this reagent in this way, BF2F. Okay, so if we write this, then this oxygen can donate its pair to electron and it can give. Okay, so what it will result? Finally, after this, it will result in this. Okay, now see, boron is actually octet filled. Right now it is not electron deficient actually. This boron has 8 electrons. And check, this is actually a coordinated covalent bond, but this is actually a covalent bond. Okay, don't be confused. Now just think about this. Actually this is a electron deficient carbon, electrophile. So what can happen? That it can push, it can attack, it can come. Okay, so in this consequence, what is the result of this reaction? Let me clean this side. Consequence is actually, you can see the double bond, which is a enol, attached to the electron deficient ester carbon. So what it will result? Double bond O, this attached to this is O minus, and this is BF3. See, previously it was attached to as a covalent bond. Right now this is minus, so this can attach with this boron center. So what it will result? This. Now actually what we got here? What is the achievement? Formation of this carbon-carbon bond. And you can compare this thing with lithium enolate. What is lithium enolate? See, this is a enolate attached to lithium. How we can get? Using LDA to the carbonyl group. Similarly, since this is the boron attached, so that's why this is called boron enolate. Okay, so this is actually every time oxygen donation. And another important point, why in case of lithium enolate, why lithium attached to this oxygen? Because that lithium oxygen bond is stronger compared to carbon lithium. Okay, and electron density on oxygen is more, so it can stabilize the positive charge. Similarly, electron density on this oxygen is more, that's why it can stabilize the electron deficiency of boron. That's why boron prefers to attach this, not this carbon. Fine. Now this thing. So what can happen actually? See, in this case, at this situation, there is another proton. This, and under this reaction condition, means actually you can consider this is a acid catalyzed enolization. This term, acid mediated or acid catalyzed enolization. What is the benefit? So if it is, then what can happen? That this enol, this hydrogen will be eliminated, and consequently what it will result? It will result in enol formation, means this. Then it will be again O minus. Sorry, it should not be BF3, it should be BF2. This. So again enol is formed. Now see, this boron is in excess in electron. So what can happen? That this electron can push and it can leave. No, I guess that's not okay. There is a methyl, I forget to mention. This is the methyl. So this, now if it is push, not this bond, this will leave. And this is stabilized because of this acetate, it's a good leaving group. So consequently, what we are getting in this structure? See, in this case, what is the final product? Here, this is actually a enol O minus attached to BF2. Here, this is attached to double bond O, and that double bond O is attached to methyl. Because this part, this OAC plus this O minus, and this is resonance stabilized, so no problem, it can be a good leaving group. Consequently, what is the next? Actually, not only that, I should have been mentioned, this oxygen is also bonded to this bond. Okay, in this way. Now this is our product at this stage. Now question, how to get the final 1,3 dicarbonyl compound? Actually, for this case, so for this case what we need? For this case we need sodium acetate aqueous. Aqueous sodium acetate, and another thing, heat or reflux, you can say anything. So what can happen? See, look at carefully that this boron is attached to oxygen atom and stable. Okay, boron is stabilized, 8 electron species. Now question is, okay, sorry, electricity came, previously it was not here. Now question is, this is aqueous hydrolysis of this BF2 reagent. Now this is, so how to get? So if we do the reflux, then we can expect that this refluxing will result in the formation of the final, because enol, or better to say removal of this boron reagent. So what is the advantage of that? If you take this boron reagent, then this is means OAC, this actually you can say it's an aqueous condition, so these bonds will break. So what it will result? See, this is not actually a covalent bond, so fine, it will be neutralized. Previously, because of the covalent, it was positive. This is negative, so we can say that this, sorry, it will be O minus, not O minus, it will be protonated because acid is given this. Okay. Now see, this is nothing but the enol form of 1,3 dicarbonyl compound, so it can instantly tautomerize to corresponding keto. This and this. and this is the final 1,3-dicarbonyl. So I guess you have understood the last part. Seeing means the second part, acetic anhydride, means better to say BF3 this. So this is acetic anhydride, and in the next part followed by this is sodium acetate aqueous reflux. Okay, so overall in this way we get 1,3-dicarbonyl compound. And why this is 1,3? Because 1, 2, 3 their position. Okay, so this is the overall discussion. This is the interesting topic for the preparation of 1,3-dicarbonyl compound using BF3. Okay, so this is the end of this discussion. What we have learned? Actually, we have learned Lewis acid mediated 1,3-dicarbonyl compound preparation. So our tagline today's lecture should be, another tagline should be Lewis acid mediated 1,3-dicarbonyl preparation. Okay, you can say, means this thing could be asked in your exam or in your viva thing, that give an example where Lewis acid is capable to form 1,3-dicarbonyl, because in case of Claisen ester condensation, actually this is an extension of Claisen ester condensation, you may consider like that. So what we are doing, we used to use very strong base to generate the corresponding enolate and which result in reaction. But can we do that using acid? Yes, possible using some Lewis acid like BF3. And this example clearly explain that logic and the process with mechanism. So thank you again. Thanks for watching. If you really like my teaching, I request you please help my channel to grow. First of all, subscribe my channel Chemistry the Mystery of Molecule, and please press the bell icon to get the notification of every single video I upload. Secondly, share this with your friends so that they can also be benefited from my effort. And most importantly, please like the video and make some good comment, because it inspires a lot. So thank you again. Stay happy, stay blessed. See you in my next video.